Hi guys, welcome to the channel. So as you guys can see from the title of this video, it has something to do with me being pregnant. I am completely surprised, blown away, and I honestly cannot believe I'm recording this video. So I'm just kind of like still in like a state of shock, trying to get used to it, really just wrap my mind around everything. Yeah, I thought it would be fun to come on and share my journey with you guys. When I first found out I was pregnant, I immediately went to YouTube and just looked up everything that I can look up and looked at so many women's updates and symptoms and all of that type of stuff. I just thought it was the funnest thing, so that's what I'm gonna come on and do. In this video, I kind of want to just talk about the beginning stages. I had my first ultrasound yesterday, and I know some of you guys seen some of it, but that's gonna be what we're kind of talking about today and kind of finding out I was pregnant. Okay, so starting off with how I thought I was pregnant and then finding out I was pregnant, just kind of running it all together. So at the end of June, I started realizing that I think the first thing was that I was very resistant to heat. In the beginning of the summer, like May, June, I was fine. Like I work with kids at a before and after school program, and I just got a promotion, so yay me. But I work with kids, and so I am used to being outside for 20 to 30 minutes at a time and being able to, you know, have fun with the kids, run around if I want to. Honestly, I just started to notice that if I'm in heat for way too long, my body just did not react well. There was a very bad instance where I think I had came home from work, and Michael and we went to Fry's, and on our way back up, I could not, like, I couldn't breathe. Like, I just remember struggling up, like I couldn't wait on the elevator. The elevator in our apartments is really slow, so I couldn't wait on the elevator. I walked up the stairs, and as soon as I got in the house, I had to completely take off all of my clothes and get a cold compress, put it on. I actually got in the shower. I took my clothes off, got in the shower, went in the room, laid down, and I literally was out for an hour. That was in the end of June, and I was like, that's never happened before, like something's going on here. But I didn't think, honestly, that I was pregnant, because also at the end of June, Alyssa's friend was here, and we went out, and I remember, like, when I got dressed to go out on a Saturday, I had my implantation bleed. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, period's here, we're good, you know, I'm gonna start feeling better after this thing is over. Now I had contributed everything that I was feeling, because I had sore breasts, shortness of breath, and then I was really resistant to heat. And so I had used, I thought at least, that it was just because my period was coming and my appetite was off. Do I have cravings? I mean, sometimes I guess I have cravings on my period, but I never really have cravings. But I'm always like, I love food, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't really eating. What kind of pushed me over the edge was on the 4th of July. Charles, Alyssa, and myself, we went down to Tempe Town Lake, basically, for their 4th of July celebration. And as we were down there, I just was not feeling it the whole time. I needed about four things of water. Every 10 seconds, I felt like I was about to throw up. And at this time, no, I didn't take a test until later on that week. I was just really not feeling it. Again, resistant to heat, and I was nauseous, and it was just a bad look. So I was like, okay. It was the end of June that I told Michael that I thought, you know, okay, something could be up. But then I also told him I got my period because of that bleed, but I never bled anymore after that night, I guess. And I didn't even use a full tampon, TMI, but you know, Thursday, let me see the date, actually. Let me look at the exact date. It must have been like the 11th. I don't think I found out that late though. I either took it on the 4th of July or I took it on the July 11th. And it would be funny, I might insert a little clip of the video that I have of me finding out, because I was literally just in shock. But on July 4th, I was like, or July 11th or July 4th, it was a Thursday in July, I don't know. I just decided I gotta know what's going on. Me and Michael had decided to wait on each other and wait for one more week before we went and got the test to make sure, you know, my period would come or whatever. I was the one holding out, like, no, my period's gonna come. So we're not gonna test. We're not even gonna talk about it until I know that it's for sure not gonna come. So I wasn't in a rush to take a test or anything, but after the July 4th and just being so terribly sick, I was like, forget this, I gotta know what's going on. That Thursday I went, it was like late at night too. I had to go get Michael from work at 10. I went at like 8 or 9 at night. I snuck them inside the house because I think Chuck and Alyssa were still at the house at the time. And so I had snuck them inside of my bag. I remember taking one out of the box. I took one out of the box, put it in my shirt, and then went upstairs, took my test, and it was positive. And I literally just remember being in complete shock. Like, oh my God, I cannot believe this is happening. I'm more like an auntie. You know what I'm saying? Like, my sister always jokes and says she's more like an auntie, but I'm literally like the auntie. I'm the auntie that, you know, I say yes, but I mean no. Can you come over? Yes, sure, but you never come. Like, that's the type of auntie I am. Like, we have a great relationship from a distance. You know, that's just me. And I don't know if it's because I work with kids or what, but I don't know, like I'm not that guy when it comes to the kids and the, you know, being with the family and everything. So I was really, really shocked, to say the least. Then after I found out, I used the app Flow. By the way, I use Flow, and I've used Flow for years to like track my period and everything like that. So I immediately went into pregnancy mode on the Flow app, and so that's what I use to track my pregnancy, look at my baby for updates and all of that type of stuff. So I switched to pregnancy mode and I just started tracking my pregnancy as if, girl, you're pregnant. So the app told me I was about 4 weeks when I first found out I was pregnant. I started tracking my pregnancy and everything like that. The app told me by week 8 that you needed to be in to see a doctor and all of that. So I was trying to get everything together with my insurance. So my first ultrasound was yesterday. And I am 10 weeks, 7 days at this point, so 11 weeks. So after finding out I was pregnant, of course, the first thing I did was tell Michael, and he reacted exactly how I did. We were both in shock and just like in amazement, looking at each other like, what? Are you serious? Are you about to be a mom? Are you about to be a dad? So after I told Michael and everything, and we kind of sat with it for a week and a half, I feel like it was almost 2 weeks that we sat with the information. We didn't tell anybody. We just tried to work on getting into the hospital, getting the confirmation. We made a bet to see who would be the first person to tell someone. Michael was like busting out the seams as soon as we got the confirmation of pregnancy. So he was really, really, really anxious and excited to tell people, but I was just like, no, like I just don't want anybody to know yet, so don't tell anyone. And then the first people that I actually told were Charles and Alyssa. Charles, and then Alyssa found out. Well, actually that's a lie, because when I told Chuck, he FaceTimed me one day while I was not feeling well and I was laying down, and he was just like, you know, what's wrong with you? Like, why you looking like that? Blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, I just don't feel good. Dang, like I'm laying down, I don't feel good. And he asked me a million questions, and it finally just came out. He was like, are you pregnant? And I was like, I don't know. And he was like, what do you mean you don't know? What you gonna do? You gonna wait to take a test? Blah, 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 blah. Do you want me to come over and we can go get one? We can take it together. And I'm just like, no, like, dang. Let me just be, you know, in my moodiness by myself. I made it a joke. I was like, no, I don't need a pregnancy test. Like, I know already. I'm just playing, like, playing with him as far as like thinking that I'm pregnant, because I had already known. So then later that afternoon, actually, I came over here and I finally saw the apartment and stuff, and Alyssa was looking at me and she was just like, so, you know, what's going on, talking normally or whatever. And Chuck brought up the fact that I was pregnant. And I was like, I never told you that I was pregnant. And Alyssa was like, really? Like, I was telling Alyssa, yes, I'm pregnant, but I didn't want to tell Chuck yet. So I was kind of like joking with them against each other. And then I finally just said it and they were really excited. I wanted to tell my mom as the very first person, but I just couldn't get in, like the 2 days that I wanted to tell her, I couldn't get in contact with her. And I had already told Chuck I needed to tell my dad, I needed to move on to grandparents and everything like that. So we kind of had to move it along. And finally I got a response from her after a day and a half, and having to have my little sister, like, cause they live in Colorado, we live in Arizona. I had to bug my sister, hey, like, where's mom? I gotta talk to her. And I finally got a hold of her and was able to tell her that way. And she was really excited, of course. She don't know what she wanna call herself, Glam Bomb, I don't know, Grandma's ready. And then Michael told his mom first, of course. I was using the bathroom and he came in and was like, this lady has to tell you something. And I was just like, girl, nobody told me that when you get pregnant, you're just sick all the time. And she was over the moon excited. That's how I feel everybody is right now. Like, Michael and I are getting used to the idea that we're about to be parents, and literally everybody around us is over the moon excited, like just have all these plans for our child. And I'm just like, we still trying to get used to the whole idea that we're gonna be parents. But and then he told his brother, and of course Uncle Major is amazing. He texts me like every other day making sure I'm okay and everything like that. Now the doctor's visit, because I feel like that was a lot of rambling. My hospital visit went so well. I picked the perfect spot, I feel like, and I chose Choices Pregnancy Center out in Tempe, Arizona, and I loved my experience there. I wish they were like an OBGYN office and I could literally just go my whole pregnancy there, but unfortunately I can't. First of all, the ambience of the place is very, very relaxing and calm for a new mother. I feel like they were really, really encouraging, and their staff is amazing. When I went in for my ultrasound, she was talking to me, you know, about just what we were about to see, make sure that his weight is, or his length is good, his heartbeat measurements and all of that. Now, they originally thought that I was 13 weeks, yesterday. I already knew I wasn't, but cause I use my app to track, and since I tracked my period, it pretty much knew exactly what was going on. So they thought I was at 13 weeks. So when I first got in there, that was my #1 thing, because I had to translate the information from that to my job, you know, to make sure they know, like, hello, how far along I am and everything. So when my maternity leave would be and all of that. But anyway, I brung Chuck and Michael with me. Alyssa couldn't be there, she had an appointment, but she was at the confirmation. They went in, and it was really, really funny because when I went into the ultrasound room, they were so confused, like trying to figure out who the dad was and who, you know, my brother was. And I was like, you know what, one's the dad, the other one is just the crazy uncle. He's really excited, so he'll probably be with us the whole journey. They were really excited. They were laughing and everything like that, because Chuck is like a character when you guys gotta see him. It was really good. Like, I was really, 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 really nervous and just underexcited, I guess, because I was so sick. I've been so sick. Like, right now you can't tell, but girl, it took me a minute to get together. I was just so sick that I thought my baby would be small and, you know, not measuring correctly and all of that. But as soon as they found him, this dude was like, his hands are like developed. He has a profile. Let me get the picture. This is baby boy. Let's hope it's baby boy. That's baby boy. He actually ended up being 10 weeks and 6 days, which is, like I said, I already knew that. So he wasn't 13 weeks. And 10.1 centimeters, they said he was like almost an inch. So he's really, really small. But that's baby. I can't believe I'm about to be a mom. Looking at this just makes me so excited. I've been so much more excited since the ultrasound because now I know kind of like everything's okay. Like I know I'm not scared anymore, basically. We prayed after. The center that I go to, they're very religious, which is fine by me because so am I. And they prayed with me, prayed for my blessings of my baby. Every time I go, I have to get blue because I'm trying to speak him into existence. Not that I would be upset if I have a girl, but she would be her daddy's girl, you know? I think that's all I'm gonna do in this video, just kind of tell about that experience and insert a couple clips because I ideally want to give you guys a weekly update type of thing. My first update video maybe just from 4 to 8 weeks. And then I'll do another video from 9 to maybe 11 weeks. And that way I'll be able to catch you guys up on how I'm doing, symptoms and all of that. I will see you guys next week. I'm hoping to do a video every Wednesday, but I've also learned not to make commitments throughout this pregnancy because I am really, really sick. And I just have really, really rough days. I'll show you guys my belly. I don't really have one yet, but I think it's kind of cute to show. Here. You can't even see. You can't see, and plus I'm not showing that much anyway. That is it for this particular video. Thank you guys so much for watching. The sun has gone down, so I need to stop talking. It's been like 25 minutes. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning into the channel. Oh, and thanks to everyone who congratulated me on Charles and Alyssa's video. I saw your comments and I appreciate them, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.